Hello, welcome to another edition of Maths Not Live, where we're focusing on a Key Stage 3 topic. And today we're going to be looking at a fraction reduction. Now, this is where you're told that a cost of something or an amount of something is reduced by a fraction to this new price, but you're asked what was the original cost, what was the full price amount, and yes, normally used in costings. So for example, let's go back to what we know about fractions of numbers. We know that if you are asked what 1/5 of an amount is, so for example, what's 1/5 of 25? 1/5 of 25. That means you're splitting 25 into 5 parts. So, because you're dividing by the denominator. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. So 1/5 of 25 is 5. Okay, what if you have a fraction, say you want, pen's going, 2/3 of, let's say 15, 2/3 of 15. Now, again, you would divide by the denominator, so you divide 15 by 3, which is 5, so 15 divided by 3 is 5, but the 5 is 1/3, okay, because you've only divided it by the 3, and we want 2/3. So if 1/3 is 5, then 2/3 must be twice as much, which is 10. So 2/3 of 15 is 10. If you're not sure about that, hang on a second, if you're not sure about how to find the fraction of a number, go back to the playlist on my YouTube account and look up fractions, decimals and percentages. I think there's 1 or 2 lessons about how to find the fraction of a given number, and that will help you. Because today, like I said earlier, we have already told how much it's been reduced by and what the sort of the new price is, and we need to work backwards and find what the full price was. I'll give you an example. So you are told that the cost of a PlayStation is reduced. It's reduced by 1/4. So a 1/4 reduction, it's in the sale, and this PlayStation has a 1/4 off, a percentage off, that'll be 25%, but we're working with fractions, and the new price is £300. Still expensive, but the new price for this PlayStation is £300. So if it's been reduced by 1/4, what was the original cost? And you think, well, I know how to find the fraction of a number, but how do I find out what that total amount is? And this is what you need to do. You need to picture it. Again, I always talk about fractions like a pizza, okay? If there's a 1/4 that's been taken off, here's our 1/4, and here's our 3/4, okay? Now, we know if a 1/4 has been reduced, and we don't know that amount, but we know that the other 3/4 is £300, okay? Now, to find 1/4, let's split that 300 up into those 3/4. So we need to divide it by 3. So if we divide 300 by 3, that means that each of the quarters must have been £100. So if it was reduced by 1/4 and is now £300, in total, you add all those amounts up, it must have originally been £400. Another example. So the best way to do it is to visualise how much that new amount is. So if you go to a restaurant, okay, and you are given the bill of £24. So you're told that your food costs £24, and the waiter very kindly said you actually got 1/5 off your bill. There was a sale on that day, and you had a 1/5 off your price. And you might say, oh right, what did it originally cost? Before I had my reduction, what was the original bill for my food? So the waiter will look very confused and say, I'm not sure about that. So this is how you find it out. So 1/5 is here. We don't know. That was the 1/5 that was taken off. Okay, so there must be 4/5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that 4/5 altogether was £24. Okay, we know that all that chunk, those 4/5 was £24. So let's find out how much one of those chunks cost to help us find out the total. So we need to divide 24 by 4. So 1 4 is 4, 2 4s are 8, 3 4s are 12, 4 4s are 16, 5 4s are 20, 6 4s are 24. So each of those must have been 6. 1 6 is 6, 2 6 is 12, 3 6 are 18, 4 6 is 24. That means that 1/5 also must have been £6. So your meal was reduced by £6. So the original cost, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So your meal originally cost £30. Now, what happens when the numerator, is not 1? What if there's a massive sale on and something is reduced by 2/3? Okay, something's reduced by 2/3. So maybe an item of clothing in the shop is reduced by 2/3. Okay, and the new price, there's a 2/3 reduction, and the new price is £11. The new price is £11. So we know that 2/3 has been taken off. Okay, this time. So there's not 1 spaces, there's 2 spaces. 2/3 has been reduced. And there's only 1/3 left. And that 1/3 is £11. So if 1/3 is £11, what are the other ones cost? Okay, because you've got your other 2/3, so all you've got to do, we know 1/3 is 11, that means this must be 11, and this must be 11, because that's also 1/3, and that's also 1/3. So the original price was £33. That's a good saving, isn't it? Show you one more example. If you'd like to with this one, if you want to press pause and have a go, I'd have a go at it. Okay. You are told that, I'm trying to think of an example. You want to go swimming, a family group go swimming, and you're told that one family, if you all go as a group, you get 10% off, okay? So you've had, I'll say a 1/10. So 1/10 is quite, I'm not talking about percentages because that's quite a lot harder. When you're doing a percentage reduction, you actually need to use a calculator, but I want to focus on the fraction reduction. So you get a 1/10 off your price of a family group to go swimming. So there's a 1/10 reduction. So your new price is, let's say, £45. Okay, so if you had a 1/10 reduction, what was the original price for going swimming? Pause it now if you want to have a go, and if you want to watch or you've had a go, let's see what the price, what the original price was. So here's our 1/10. Okay, and that must mean that the other 9/10 is £45. Okay, and it's split up into groups of 9. So how do we find out what? Oh, I don't know why I've put a 5. 9/10 must have been £45. So we now need to find out what each part, each of these 9. So I'm going to make this a bit easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how much is in each of these parts? What we now need to do is divide 45 by the numerator by 9. Okay, so 45 divided by 9 is 5. You could do that all the way across. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That is telling us that each amount is 5. That means that 1/10 must have also been 5. So you've saved £5. So your original cost must have been £50. So to summarise, if you're asked to find the original price after a reduction by a fraction, have a look at what the, so it's hard to explain, isn't it? That new price, remember what the actual fraction it is. Look at what fraction you need to find. Split up the fraction amount that you've got. That will give you the missing amount. Add it all together and you will find your original price. And remember, your original price has to be bigger than the reduction price. If you've got a lower price, you've made a mistake along the way. I really hope that helps. And thank you very much for watching. I'm getting all gobbledygook today. Thank you very much for watching. I will put a challenge question up with this lesson on my Facebook page. Right, I'm going to go now because I'm talking rubbish. See you later. Bye-bye.